Liberty moves on to 2-0. They look to make it 3-0, but it's going to be a tough task when they take on the Wake Forest Demon Deacs this weekend in North Carolina. Talking to Kyle DeArmon, he was on the call last week with Alan York for the Flames home opener victory. And Kyle, what did you see that impressed you with Liberty last week in the win?
Bob, I've been around Liberty for a long time from playing and coaching there. And, I said it on the air, I've never seen a Liberty defense fly around and play with the effort that this year's team is doing. And I was just so impressed by all of them, from the D-line to the linebackers to the secondary, just the effort that they gave every single play. I mean, it was really great to see. And I think it's something that, obviously helped them win the game with the turnovers they created, and obviously having 9 turnovers on the season. I mean, it's been unbelievable to watch.
Besides effort, is there anything there that you think this defense has done better in the years past when you've seen them?
Well, it's creating turnovers. I know it's been a point of emphasis since Jack Curtis and Josh Aldridge took over. Not that it hasn't been emphasized in the years before, but they have chance and they have all these things going on where they really emphasize getting the ball and creating turnovers. And I think it is it's clear that you get what you emphasize, and they're emphasizing creating turnovers, and that's what they've been able to do.
What do you think about the offense?
The offense is getting better. I think it's definitely a new era, I guess you could say, without Malik Willis. I think so many times, we were able to rely on Malik making plays with his legs and with his arm. And I think it's different now. You obviously have a really talented young quarterback in Caden Salter that is back there, and he's doing a great job. I think it's just Coach Freeze and Coach Austin figuring out what Caden does best and creating a game plan around that and what he can do best. So definitely improvement. Thought the offensive line definitely improved from game 1 to game 2. And with new players, with a new quarterback, with new offensive linemen, you're going to have kind of that, first game, second game kind of bumps in the road. So hopefully, they could just continue to improve, and really got to take advantage of the turnovers the defense is creating. I think that's a big thing. I don't know if they have at all. I think we've had 9 turnovers on the year and no points from it. So, if they can create points from those turnovers, because the defense is going to create them, and they can continue to just grow and improve, I think that they're going to keep getting better, and they're going to do what they need to do to win games. Coach Freeze is the best play caller in college football, and the design of his offense puts people in the right position. And so I have no doubt that they're going to be able to score points. It's just taking them a little bit longer than probably some people want it to, but it'll come.
Talking to Kyle DeArmon here on the Sports Buffet. One thing I think is, for a non-P5 school, I think Liberty has skill people that could play on the P5 level. What do you say? Offensively?
No doubt. Talk about Demario Douglas. He might be one of the most electric, wide receivers in all of college football. What he's able to do with the football, from punt return, kickoff return. You have Shadro Lewis, who is unbelievably fast. He's lightning in a bottle when he gets the ball. C.J. Yarbrough, who's on the outside. You got Caleb Snead, Noah Frith, and then the tight ends, Jerome Jackson, who's been there for a really long time. Then Austin Henderson, the transfer from Minnesota. And then Day Hunter, the running back. All these guys could play really anywhere in the country, I feel. And I think that, a lot of Liberty fans feel that way, and the coaching staff feels that way too. I feel like we're lucky to have those guys. And I think they're just going to continue to find ways to get them the football, especially Demario Douglas. He's a really special player, and they know that. And I think Coach Freeze is going to continue to work to try to get him the football.
Offensively, defensively, or special teams, was there anything last week that, I don't know if worried is the right word, but anything that kind of alarmed you?
Nothing that necessarily is alarming. You want to score more points. You got to score points to win games, regardless of how your defense is playing. But I hit on that before with it's just growth,
right?
And it's part of it. You never expect and people shouldn't expect to have, a lot of new players on the offensive unit, new offensive line coach, and to automatically, be scoring 40 points a game. That's just not how it works, especially going into game one, with your current starter being the third string quarterback, and he goes from being the third string quarterback, not getting a ton of reps, to, 1 week, leading up to UAB where he got the first string reps, which is a big difference. I mean, that's huge when you're not getting any reps during practice. So, Caden Salter got reps for 1 week, started the UAB game, did a really good job. He's protecting the football, which is the number one, it's key to playing the position is to protect the football. And so, worry is not something that I would say, we should be worried about this. It's the growth is part of it, and they're doing a great job, helping him grow. And, I think that we're going to continue to see improvement with the offensive unit moving forward.
With all due respect, Wake Forest is probably a little bit better than UAB. What do the Flames need to do this weekend?
It's, they average, I think they averaged like 41 points a game last year, which has been like third in FBS. They're averaging 38 points somewhere around the lines. I don't know for sure this year. Getting their quarterback back. This guy's played a lot of football, Sam Hartman, and he's seen all types of defenses. And they run a very unique type of RPO system that no one else in the country does, probably because no one else can figure out how to do it and be able to protect the quarterback. The offensive line is really good at protecting him. He's got skill players that can get up and down the field. I think Liberty has to take advantage of the turnovers. They got to create turnovers, and the offense has to score when those turnovers are created. Special teams, you want to win all three phases, of course, in the game. I think special teams could have a big impact in the game this week, with the kickoff return game and the punt return game. And then I think Caden Salter just needs to continue to protect the football. Offensive line continue to protect them. They did a really good job last week. And I think if they just, kind of weather the storm of the Wake offense and the defense does what they need to do to hold them, that Liberty will have a chance at the end of the game to do something special.
Now, excuse my ignorance on this, but had you ever done a game before to where you're doing it live action next to somebody like Allen this past weekend?
No, I have never. I've never done that. I've just been in the coaching world the last 10 years, and prior to that played. So I never did anything like that prior to last week. But Allen made it easy, and it was a lot of fun, and it was fun to. It's always fun to talk Liberty football. Did
you get the bug, or is it something you would never want to do again?
No, I loved it. Yeah, it was fun. I think, it's still a lot of work to prepare for something like that. And, because anything you want to do excellent. So it is a lot of work to prepare for that, and probably not where I'm at currently in life with a 3-month-old baby is something that I want to be doing on a weekend out. But, yeah, something that maybe in the future may hold. I don't know. But, yeah, it was a blast.
Was there anything different by doing the game live that surprised you, or did you come away with newfound respect? Because it looks easy when we watch TV.
It's a lot harder when you're up there and, they ask you a question and you kind of got to think on your feet pretty quickly. But, yeah, it's a lot harder than people think. So you guys, you got to give those guys a break every now and again when they mess up or they get a player's name wrong. So you got to cut them a little slack, and I definitely feel that way now.
Well, Kyle, definitely appreciate your time. Best of luck in the future. We'll talk to you soon. And, hey, 3-month-old, it doesn't get any easier, by the way.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.